All right, what's up, everyone? This video was sent in by Damien, and his question or what he's looking for are any tips on how to improve backside surfing in small waves. So we'll run through this really quick. I think it's 3 waves, and see if we see anything. So that was a nice turn. Couple nice little wraps. Waves pretty weak. Surfing's good. Wave was pretty weak. And again, this wave's just really soft. So this little turn, making the most out of it. Boom, little finish. All right. Looks fun. Looks really soft, but there's a couple that are, holding up enough to get some turns. Carve and then just a little double up, hit it. Okay. All right. So those 3 waves. So right off the bat, I see one thing right off the bat. So when you're surfing small waves, in order to surf quicker and throw spray and surf right in the pocket, you need to make the radius of your turns smaller. Okay, so one way to do this is if you bring your back arm, so your back arm, if you're bottom turning, um, for you, you're going this way, right? So you want to keep this arm bent. So when you're coming through a turn, you're coming out of a turn or you're going through a turn or whatever, you want to keep this arm bent. The moment this arm straightens out, your wingspan opens up, your turns are going to be wider. Okay? So you're not going to be right in the pocket, and what you want to do is you want to be staying right in the pocket. And when the waves are really small, like this wave right here on screen is it's a good that's not a very small wave. I wouldn't consider that a small wave. But on the other last two, I mean they're pretty small. And so this turn was really nice. You use that back arm really well. And then when you get into these mushier sections like the second turn, back arm swings and doesn't really come down. You see that? It doesn't really you don't bend that elbow. See, you're coming off this turn, it's a wider turn. This arm's staying out wide, where I would really like to see this arm bend like that. So you're going to have this nice bend right here. Um, and that's just going to help turn the board a little quicker. It's going to keep it a little more on rail, and it's going to keep it on the back edge of the rail. So it's going to be a little more tail just a little tighter. And even that much tighter of a turn, it's going to make a huge difference in the small surf. Um, so let's see this next one. So see the arm straight, which is fine. Again, arm out. There you go. He kind of brought it in. And then waves just getting soft. The other thing I see, and I see on this, so there's 2 things right off the bat. Arm, make sure that arm is bent and cocked like this when you're coming through turns. Um, it really helps spin that body around. And then the other thing is I'm seeing with this board doesn't look like it's too great for small waves. And the reason why I say that is look at all the water that's pushing off the front of the board from your front foot. So this is one of my pet peeves with surfboards. If I have a surfboard and I'm trying to pump down the line, because the way I surf is I'm 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 front footed at times, but then I'm also very back footed. So I need to be able to go back and forth, and I need to distribute my weight from front to back foot. when I distribute my weight to the front and I'm trying to get speed down the line and it's pushing water off that front foot, that board's just not good, because the problem is you're trying to get speed, you're pushing water, and that kind of board works when there's power, like when the waves are bigger and there's some push and you're controlling speed. But when you have to generate speed, you don't want any push off. You don't want any water pushing off that front foot, because every time you try to pump, you're almost like stopping. You're not really flowing through it. And I see that on this wave, I think. So watch the front foot. So after this turn, watch when you start pumping. This is when I started noticing it. So let's see. So right there, watch this. You see all that? This water that's displacing? See that? You see all that water right there? That's a lot of water that's just pushing right there. This area, that's not the area. That area right there, you don't want that, because water pushing this way is, you're just pushing water and you're slowing down. So it's fine if it's totally cool if the water is coming off the front foot, but it's going out. If it's coming this way, that's fine. But when it's shooting forward, that's not going to work in small surf. So equipment change for sure for the small stuff. This board's probably amazing when the waves get bigger and there's power, just because you can tell there's a lot of rocker, and it just looks like it would control speed really well. So let's see. Let's check the back arm. Back arm, I want to see that back arm bent right there, like through that bottom turn. Let's see if it gets bent. Gets bent right there coming out of it, but you're already losing all the speed. So I want to see that back arm tighter, a little more bent in the smaller surf, and just a tighter radius. So you're turning around your body in just a tighter radius versus like spreading it out. That's going to make a big difference for sure. And just with the quickness. And then the third thing, you want to make sure, like, watch the water coming off this front foot. Let's see. See that? There's like water shooting off going forward. And then that one was just a missed time. So the third thing is really work on getting off that front foot. So on this snap, the reason why there's no spray is because you hit it with your front foot. So you're connecting with the lip with your front foot. You want to connect the lip with your tail. So you want to go up a little sooner, and you want to be up a little bit higher. Like you want maybe like to be a foot higher on the wave, maybe 6 inches up to where the tail is connecting with the lip. Anytime you go up to hit it and your front foot hits the lip first, what happens? You hit it, you come to like a halt, you stop, and then you turn. And all this, there's no spray from that. So when you go up and you lose that, you hit it and you basically go down. And it's the safe route. It's the easy way to just go boom, boom, and pull it. But when you can get up a little sooner and then connect the tail, that's when the spray just goes straight up. So those three things: keeping the arm a little bent, kind of cocked the whole time like that, just to kind of keep yourself turning a little tighter. And then just, I would try a different board when it gets small. And if you don't have another board, this is the one. Then try to just get a little more of that weight off the front foot, a little more off the tail. So be a little lighter with your front foot, and really every turn, try to turn with the back foot. So imagine, I always say surf the fins. So if you're surfing, if you're doing a cutback, that turn is not complete until the fin goes all the way through. Okay, so when the turn's complete, when the fin finishes it, not when the front foot goes through. And that's what most people do. They go halfway, they go, oh, I just did a turn, they let off, and now they're trying to get speed again. When if they just held on and pushed, they would go all the way through. So those three things I think will really make a big difference. And I think just I would just try that for the next week or so, and and see if you notice that, because I guarantee it's going to change. It's going to change everything about your surfing. And like I said, if you have to stay on this board, which it looks like a sick board, but I think when the waves are small, you're really going to have to adjust a little bit. So um, other than that, I mean, other than that, I think you're surfing great. You know, you're working it, you're keeping your speed. It just looks like the board wants to slow down, and you're constantly fighting to try to keep that speed. And you know, I have boards like this. It's not horrible, but you do have to adjust. And I think the main that is those are the main three things. So just work on those, and I promise it'll completely change your small wave surfing. And this will correlate, and it's the exact same thing with front side or backside. So small surf in general, tighter radius with your turns, stay on the back foot, and then surf through your with your fins. Finish the turn with your back foot, and it's hard, but that's what the pros are doing, and just got to keep working on that, and you'll get it. So, but all in all, good surfing, man. Any more questions? Hit me up. Anyone out there, send me some clips, and yeah, we'll try to get you surfing better. All right, everyone. Peace.